Hi sweethearts, welcome again back to my channel. So I'm gonna do this full face makeup using products from Makeup Maker. So you can see this is my final result you've seen before, and this is my after. Get this beautiful glowy kind of nude look, and I'm gonna show you all the tricks and all the stuff that you're gonna do. First thing I'm gonna do that Glow Nectar Nourishing Serum Primer. This is from Makeup Maker. Since my skin was kind of dry, I'm on acne treatment, my skin is dry, so that's why I'm gonna use this just to give my skin moisture and not to make it super dry, since we want this look to be dewy, to be glowy, to be, you know, we don't want a matte look today. So we're gonna make the skin hydrated with that serum. That's a primer from Makeup Maker. Most of the products I'm gonna use, they are from Makeup Maker. And then we're gonna go with the moisturizing primer. This is a primer for people with dry skin. As I told you, my skin is dry now, and this primer is very hydrating. It gives your skin a lot of moisture, just the right amount of moisture your skin needs, and that's what we need in this look, sweethearts. So I'm going to apply this primer all over. And a primer is the base between your makeup and your skin. It helps to hold your makeup in place. It helps to keep everything in place. So make sure you don't skip a primer, and make sure you use a primer that goes with your skin tone. And then we're also gonna color correct, since my skin is very not perfect. So you can see I have some dark spots. I'm gonna use that orange concealer from LA Girl Pro Concealers, the color corrector in orange shade, and I'm gonna use that brush to blend. So I'm gonna put the concealer everywhere where I have some dark spots and discoloration. If you have under eye darkness or you have any dark patches, you just use this orange concealer to conceal your dark spots. And if you have the red ones, then you have to use the green concealer. Then I'm gonna blend it. I'm having fun as I'm doing my makeup, and this is so much fun, sweethearts. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel, and if you have already subscribed, thank you so much for joining the family. I'm gonna give you everything about beauty, skin, makeup, how to do your hair. So don't go anywhere, just stay here with me and let's build this up. Share these videos with your friends. So you can see I blended everything and my skin looks better. And then I'm gonna use this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. That is 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. So I'm gonna use it to highlight my skin. I mean to use as a primer for my eyeshadow. So you have to use a concealer that is lighter, or you can use an eyeshadow primer. I normally prefer to use this because first of all it makes the skin of my eye to be similar, to be of the same color. So that's why I like using a concealer. And make sure you blend the concealer very well, and it shouldn't be too light or it shouldn't be darker than you. And then we're going to set it with all loose powder from Kicks, and then you can use any loose powder that you have. The main is to just set everything. And then I'm gonna use this palette. It's called Back to Basic. This is also a makeup palette from Makeup Maker. I'm going to use these 2 shades, as you can see. So I'm gonna use that brush. This is like a fluffy small brush for just doing my transition. So I'm gonna use that all above my crease area. I'm gonna use that, and then I'm gonna use that dark brown shade. I'm gonna apply it all over my crease area. I'm just gonna do a simple eyeshadow look that doesn't require to do a cut crease or doesn't require a lot of work. Even if you're not a makeup artist, you can do this at home. Yeah, and then I'm gonna do it at the outer corner. I'm gonna blend that brown shade at the outer corner of my eye. I'm using that small brush. So yeah, and then I'm gonna use that brown shade, glittery textured eyeshadow. I'm gonna use it around, on my eyelid like that, just to have that glowing, glittery kind of feel. And remember, this is a nude glowy look that we're gonna do. We want this look to be very neutral and not so much colors. That's why I have used very, very neutral colors, as you can see me doing it. And then I'm gonna line my upper eye with the eyeliner from also Makeup Maker. You can use any eyeliner that you can get hold of. But also I would advise, if you're a starter, if you're a beginner in makeup, try to use these marker pen eyeliners. They're the best to use. Yeah, and then I'm using this ultra black eyeliner from Flamma. So I'm gonna use it to line my waterline and to line the shape of my eye, the corner of my eyes, just to give my eye this nice shape, also to make it pop. You can see. So I'm making sure I'm applying in the inner corner, in the outer corner of my eye, the lash line. Yeah, not under the lash, not under your lashes, no, under your lower lashes. You don't do that there. You just apply on the waterline. You can see me applying on the waterline, so that it doesn't look like it's been shading or something like that. And then I'm going to spray my face with a setting spray, all purpose from Makeup Maker 2. I'm doing this as a prep for my skin, just to give my skin moisture before I start highlighting. I'm not gonna start applying a foundation all through. I'm just gonna start by highlighting. So I'm gonna use the same concealer I used to do my eyes, to do as a primer for my eyes, the NYX concealer. So I'm using that. This is a bit it's not so light, it's like a shade or two lighter than my skin tone, but I also added like a bit of a lighter concealer just to lighten things up. You can see. Yeah. And then I'm gonna use a black Opastic foundation, True Color. This one is in the dark shade. This one I've been using this in a long time. In everything that I do that has to do with contouring, I use this stick concealer. It does a very, very good work, sweethearts. So I'm just gonna contour my cheekbones and my forehead. I'm just gonna do that. So yeah. This is a cream contour, but it's a cream foundation, but it's not that oily, but it's also not dry, but it just gives, the consistency is perfect. Then I'm gonna use that apple. These are cream blushes. I like using cream blusher when I'm doing my makeup because it gives you this beautiful blend with your makeup. It's not ashy. So I'm gonna start with that, and then we're gonna set it with something else as we go. So I'm just dapping it on my cheek area like that, and then sometimes I like bringing it all the way to my forehead. I just apply a very small amount just to give my face like this bronzed kind of look. That's what I like. And then I'm just blending in using the same brush I used to blend my my eyeshadow primer. So I'm blending first the highlighter, the lighter concealer. I'm blending it, and take your time when you're blending it. Blend everything, make everything look seamless so that you have this perfect and very, very melted to skin makeup look. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna keep blending and blending, and then I just spray a little bit of some setting spray on the brush just to make the blending process easier, because the concealer dries very quickly. So I don't want it to be ashy. I don't want it to form some sort of lumps, or some sort of, not lumps actually, some sort of patches. I don't like that, and you don't want to have that, because it's gonna be a hassle to just blend it all. So then I'm still blending. I normally take my time when I'm blending everything on my face, because I've learned a big lesson on this. Then I'm using this flat brush, contour brush, to blend now the contour, all the areas that I contoured. I'm mixing together the blusher that I used, and also I'm mixing it with the contour, because I want them to melt in together and create this like bronzed kind of look. I want to look bronzed up, okay? I don't have a bronzer, so this is my trick to get this bronzed up look and just to get this beautiful shades on my face. Yeah, so I'm blending everything. I'm blending. Don't forget your hairline when you're blending your concealer or whatever foundation. Remember, I have not applied foundation yet, and I do skip foundation, because especially when I don't want my makeup to be so heavy, and it's not really necessary, because I don't really need a foundation everywhere on my skin. Yeah. And then I'm still blending my nose where I contoured. I make sure I blend the lines well. Yeah, and on my chin I normally apply just a contour. And then now we're gonna go with the foundation. I'm using this inflammable L'Oreal True Match foundation. It's very lightweight. I love this foundation. It's very lightweight. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go with it. I'm using this like to define my contour. I'm using a foundation instead of using a concealer. Why am I using a foundation instead of using a concealer? Because when I use a foundation, it's not too light, so it's not gonna cause those harsh lines. And then I'm gonna blend it. So that's the only place I'm going to apply a foundation, sweethearts. And also, why am I applying here? It's also because I have like dark spots here, and remember I've used that color corrector, so I'm covering it with a foundation also to make also all the dark spots disappear. So you can see after blending, everything looks nice. My contour looks defined, and I did the same thing on the other side. Yeah, and I took the brush, whatever remained in my brush, I just blended on my forehead, tried to blend everything together. Then I'm using that loose powder or setting powder from Kicks. As you can see, I'm gonna set my highlight. I'm gonna set everywhere where I have highlighted. So I'm using that small brush, and when I'm setting, I don't start baking. I just use a brush and then I set, and then I blend it as I go. I don't just pack too much powder, and I don't like using a sponge when I'm setting my powder. For some people it works, and it works really well. For me, I feel like it doesn't blend well because maybe of the texture of my skin, or maybe I don't do it the right way. I don't know. So I'm gonna do that. I'm going to still blend and blend and blend the powder until, yeah, and I don't put a lot of powder at the same time. So that's another trick. When you put too much powder, your makeup ends up being ashy. You can see I'm setting, but my makeup, it doesn't look ashy. Everything looks seamless. Everything looks melted in the skin. It looks really, really good, and it looks like I have applied just the right amount that's needed for my skin. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm setting everywhere where I highlighted with a lighter concealer, and then we'll go on from there. Make sure you set your under eye, guys. Take time to blend it well. And then I'm using that sponge and the powder that matches my skin tone. That powder, that's my skin powder, just the finishing powder that matches my skin tone. And then I'm patting that powder, the sponge into the powder, and then I'm just gonna define my cheekbone area, defining my contour. I'm going to define my contour to sharpen my contour. And why some people use like a translucent powder or setting powder. For me, I feel like it becomes very ashy, and it becomes like too light, and then it makes like these lines, which I find it hard to blend later. So that's why I use this trick to just use the powder that matches the powder that matches my skin. And then I'm gonna go with the powder brush with that same powder also to just blend everything together, so that everything melts into the skin properly without leaving those harsh lines. Trust me, I've seen these harsh lines popping out on my pictures or in my videos when I'm doing the final showcase of my videos, and it wasn't a good feeling. Sometimes I ended up deleting my videos. Then we're gonna set the contour now. We're gonna use this Kicks contour kit, powder contour kit, and I'm gonna use that chocolate color to just set my contour. That's the chocolate color. This is a medium shade palette. So I just dust away the remaining powder in the brush before applying it direct to my skin. So I'm setting everything. I make sure I blend well. I love blending. You can see my makeup looks nice. I've applied almost a lot of stuffs, but still it still doesn't look that I have heavy makeup on my face. Then I'm gonna set, I'm going to contour my nose, set that nose contour with a powder contour. So every time you use like, so the trick is to know how to do this makeup thing, like the what should I call it? The process is whatever you set, if you apply a foundation or a concealer, make sure you set it. If you don't set it, it becomes it starts moving and it starts transferring, which we don't need. Then I do the reverse contour on my nose, where I just use the lighter powder to sharpen the contour. so that you can see my nose looks great there. And then I'm using this this is a blusher from Little More. This is like Asian shop. I bought this blusher. Then I'm just gonna set where I had applied that cream blusher, remember we did. Now we're gonna set it so it's not gonna look ashy and it's not gonna look too much, but we're gonna have some blusher going on in the skin, which is something that we love, 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 and we love it, and we love it. Now we're gonna go to a highlighter. Then with the highlighter, I'm using this highlighter. I forgot the name. This one I was given as a present with my friend in school when I was in college, and I've been using it since. And then I'm just highlighting the cheekbone, my cheekbones, as you can see. I'm gonna do my eyebrows out of the camera, and then here I am, eyebrows done. Now we're gonna do the lips. I'm using the Black Opal Stick foundation, and I'm using also that lighter concealer, but I'm gonna start with a lighter concealer because I was about to start with a dark concealer instead of just color correcting my lips and giving it a base first. This is what I'm doing. Before applying anything, I'm using that lighter concealer and I will blend it. This is making your lips to have a seamless color to just take away the too much excess darkness, because I have very dark lips. And you know, we have patches with black people. So now I'm gonna use that Black Opal Stick foundation to line my lips, and I'm just gonna use this as my my lipstick today, since it's a nude kind of look and chocolatish. I am this. I'm just gonna do this. I don't know. It's so nice talking like this. I'm just like, yay, I'm going overboard. I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys, but I just love, 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 love this process. I'm enjoying every bit of it, and I was enjoying. So I applied the dark, the Black Opal Stick foundation, the dark shade, all over my lips, and that's gonna be our lipstick for the day. That's gonna be our lipstick for the day, and that's what we have. Look at that. Look at that, and look at that glow on my face. Then you're gonna go on top with the lip gloss. You can use any kind. I'm using this one. It's like $1 lipstick. Yeah. Then I'm just gonna blend, and there we are. This is my final look, guys. Aren't I just glowing? I am glowing. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this black girl. Look at this lady. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next. Please, I am begging you, don't forget to subscribe. I love you. Bye.